Well, hello, everybody. If you just hopped on, welcome to the SNHU 107 Learning Community webinar. I am Melanie Shop, and I am your webinar gal, your presenter for today. I'm going to give folks a couple minutes after the hour just to make sure that they get logged in, but I did want to let you know that the recording has started. So this session will be recorded, and it'll be posted usually even before and within a couple of hours, but always within 24 hours of this live session ending. And I will share in the chat where you guys can find that. As we are live today, please utilize that chat feature. I will have multiple screens running just so you guys know, and I will try to catch all of the questions as they come into the chat. But please, if you just got here or you haven't yet, say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're from. Let us know your major. That's the best part about these live sessions. And today's session is usually about a half an hour or so. It just depends on how many questions y'all have. And then we kind of will go from there. So I'm going to go over some top tips of what to expect here in SNHU 107 to get you started. And then at the end, I will actually log into your like an SNHU 107 classroom space and just show you a couple of places that I want you to pay attention to and just show you where a few things are. Because next week webinar in week 1 will walk you through everything, but I know it's kind of nice just to have somebody show you kind of like where to click and where to find things. So we will get started here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to let a few more people log on and then we'll be ready to go. All right, folks, we are officially a couple of minutes past the hour, and I know that your time is precious. I am going to flip on my camera so that you guys can see me. Hi, I'm Melanie. I am so excited to welcome you all here to SNHU. And just so excited that you can join us today for the top 10 tips for your success in SNHU 107. I do have some special guests with me. I saw that Dr. James just logged in. So James, if you want to say hello, you are more than welcome.
Hey everyone, as Melanie mentioned, I'm Dr. J, Dr. James Winfield. I serve as one of the deans, associate deans here at SNHU and work with first year experience. And I'm so glad that you are logged in today and just getting ready, for this term, along with all the great things you're going to do. So just know that there's a support network here, and that we are here to support you, and we've got your back.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. J. It's always so appreciated when you guys get to see our amazing leadership team that we have here at the university. So let's go ahead and dive right in, everybody. First and foremost, your experience here at Southern New Hampshire University is very important to us. It is our policy and practice to create an inclusive and accessible learning environment. If there are aspects of instruction or course design that present barriers to accessibility, please notify the Online Accessibility Center, the OAC, as soon as possible at 866-305-9430. You can also email them at oac@snhu.edu, or you can visit their Online Accessibility Center website. So what is the Online Accessibility Center? They are a team here at SNHU that helps you get content. This could be content from webinars like this. This could be content from your classrooms in a way that works best for you. So if this is something that you want to know a little bit more about, see if it's something that might benefit you, I encourage you to reach out to our OAC team. They are absolutely amazing. Couple of webinar reminders. I will have multiple screens running just so I can try to catch your guys' questions in the chat. please know that you don't have to have that microphone or camera. They're not enabled. You should just be able to hear me and see me on the screen. This is an academic space, so always be mindful of your conduct. These webinars, you are going to have one every single week. We're not live again until week 6. The other weeks will be preloaded for you bright and early Monday morning. And what they do is they walk you through the assignment material from week to week, or they might cover concepts that you are covering that week in your module. So just know that these are not graded. They're not required, but I sure hope that you watch them. You find that they give you some extra support. They show you where to click, where to find things, and we'll go over things from week to week and have a little bit of fun. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes it's really nice to have somebody just show me like where to click and where to find things, especially when you haven't been in maybe an e-classroom space before, or you've been out of school for a long time. Anybody here with those? So just know that this session is live, and we will have sessions every single week, and they will be considered what's called on demand or pre-recorded, and you can watch them when it's convenient for you. Okay, so who am I? Hello, everybody. I am Melanie Shop. I do a variety of things here at SNHU. I do teach a section of SNHU 107. So for some of you, I may be an adjunct faculty member for you, but I also have the pleasure of being an academic partner and working with so many of your instructors here at the university and our leadership team, which is super exciting. And I'm the face of the SNHU 107 learning community. So we'll talk more about what that is and what that means for you. This is me. This is my family. I love the water, the beach, the pool, the river, the lake. I swear that I'm a part-time mermaid. And I saw that I have a fellow student in here that is from the Fort Walton area. I live in Pensacola, Florida, just outside of it. And if you have never explored the Gulf Shores, you guys, we have the best beaches in the world. I'm serious. They're just absolutely incredible. So I encourage you, if you ever get to come this way, to definitely experience them. I'm an avid cyclist, both indoor bike and road bike. I love to read, so if you have any good books or recommendations, please send them my way. I love a good cup of coffee, and I love spending time with my family, but the biggest thing I want you guys to know is that I'm a resource for you as you navigate your journey here with SNHU 107. So that's just a little bit about me. Now, what is this SNHU 107 learning community? First and foremost, everybody, it is outside of your classroom space, okay? So your classroom is located in what's called bright space, and we'll look at that here in just a minute. The SNHU 107 learning community is actually a classroom space outside. It's an SNHU Connect, and you have to have what's called a Pulse login to access it, which you will all get. However, please know it takes about 7 to 10 days for that login to be live, okay? So don't try, you go ahead and try to get in there, but if you can't, don't panic, don't stress, nothing's wrong. It just can take about 7 to 10 days for you to get that access. But nothing is graded in SNHU Connect. Nothing is graded in the SNHU 107 learning community. It is a space for you to get to know your classmates, like here today. It is a place where I will post the webinar links and reminders when we have live sessions, how to find the recordings. Plus, I'll post some helpful focus videos. These are some just-in-time resources that show you things like how to access the discussion board, how to prioritize your time, where to find the academic support team, where to find the rest of your university resources. And what does all of this equal? It equals you being a successful student and just connecting you further here to SNHU, because we know you're coming back to school and you have a lot of choices, and we are so glad that you have chosen us and are going to be part of our SNHU family. I wanted to turn it over just for a minute to Dr. Winfield and let him introduce you and share a couple of things about himself for you too. Like, one of my favorite things though about Dr. Jay, I don't know about you guys, but where's my Marvel fans? This is always a big topic when we're in here. He is a Marvel fan. He loves to cook. He's a family man, and he is also a resource for you and has some top tips for your success. Turn it over to you, Dr. J.
Yeah, so I provide just a quick introduction a little bit earlier, but yes, I am a resource for you, just like Melanie mentioned. Know that in this online space, it can kind of seem like you're a bit distant, right? But know that there are people on the other side of the screen that are here to support you, that are here to make sure that you have what you need. But also, a part of it is on you to make sure that you ask for the help and know that asking for the help is not a sign of weakness. I don't want to give away the tips that are going to come up, but just know that you need to engage in that, right? So, with that, and thinking about the help that you would need and the support. Know that with you all being at SNHU, if there's anything that I want you all to remember, is this acronym of PEN, which stands for Persist, Engage, and Network. We want you to persist in life. We want you to thrive. We want you to persist in your courses from term to term. We also want you to engage with all the various resources here at the institution. You're going to hear us say the word resources a lot, and that's because there are a lot of them, and we want you to connect with them because guess what? You're in this academic experience. You don't have to pay for a tutor. All these things are here for you all at no additional cost, right? And we want you all to take full advantage of them because that's what's going to make sure that you have what you need to make it to the next step in your courses and also to achieve those career goals. And then we want you to network. We want you to network with individuals like us, staff and faculty, your academic advisors. I know that like if for many of you, if you want to go on to pursue graduate study, you're going to need a letter of recommendation. And that letter of recommendation is going to have to probably come from a faculty member, a staff member, and make sure that you just make those connections, right? So having that network among faculty, staff, and also peers, connect with your peers, whether it's just asking them questions in the different chats that you have or in the course themselves, just making sure that you just connect and make sure that you exchange ideas and know that there's no such thing as a silly question in this because you all are going through this together. So remember this PEN, which is a play on our mascot, the Penman, but persist, engage, and network.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Dr. Jay. So, students, I want you to use the chat for this. How many of you have maybe been out of school for a long time and you are back giving this a new journey, a new chapter, a new try? How many of you might be the first person in your family to ever go to college? How many of you have maybe tried school before and it didn't work out? And now you're here. Maybe you need to get a degree for your job. Maybe you're just here because you want to earn a degree or you want to advance in your current field. Tell us like why you're here. And we know that coming back to school and adding school to an already probably very full plate can be a lot, right? Many of you probably are feeling a variety of emotions. You might be excited, you might be a little nervous, you might be a little bit overwhelmed. You could be a variety or a mix of all of those things. And I know that some of the students that have already been introducing themselves in this new 107 learning community, they feel a lot of those emotions. And I want you guys to see that you're not alone here at the university. And if you remember anything from this webinar, it is that we believe in you here at SNHU. You have so much support at your fingertips. We're literally just a click away. And if you remember anything, remember you got this. I want you to say it out loud or type it in the chat. I need to hear it. That's the one thing I miss about not being able to see all of your faces and hear you all is like, I want to hear you say like, I got this because we know that you do. And we're here to support you every step of the way. So just to kind of talk about SNHU 107 a little bit, I wanted to go over quickly like what your class entails. It can be helpful to just know what you're getting yourself into, right? So the STU 107 class is a great class. It is going to give you a solid foundation of success here at SNHU. It's going to teach you a lot about yourself. It's going to teach you a lot about prioritizing your time. It's going to teach you a lot about the resources that are literally a click away and more. You're going to have 5 discussion assignments. So to kind of put it in your calendar, your mental calendar or your physical calendar, those initial discussion posts are always due on Thursdays. And then you have to respond to at least 2 of your classmates. Those are called peer responses by Sundays. This very first week, your initial discussion post when you start classes the week of January 8th, that Thursday, your initial discussion post is due by East Coast time, 11:59 p.m. Okay, so just kind of remember that. Thursdays, Sundays. Okay, and that initial post, what that is there's going to be a series of questions posed to you after you review the module content and the reading, and you're going to give your feedback and you're going to answer them. Week 1 is pretty good. You get to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about you, and we'll talk all about that in the Module 1 webinar. But just know, be yourself, be excited, and share your thoughts. You will also have 5 journal assignments. You don't have to start these from scratch. There's a template which Microsoft Word is very important, and you get that for free as an SNHU student. I will show you here in a little bit where to find that. So you can get that downloaded and all set up for next week. So you will have 5 journals. Like I said, there's a template, a series of questions that you will answer, give your thoughts, and you will upload them for your instructor to grade. You will also have 3 warm-ups. So warm-ups are kind of like quizzes. The cool thing about these quizzes, don't let quiz scare you. Don't let that word frighten you. The cool thing about these warm-ups is you get to take them as many times as necessary or as you want to earn your best score. I always tell students with the warm-ups, review the module content, review any required resources in your readings, then take the quizzes. You don't want to go in there and not know what you're doing. But you do get multiple chances and they're not timed or anything like that. So you can go through them and earn your best score. And then all term long on the assignments that you're working on and the concepts you're going to cover, you're going to connect the dots at the end and put everything together into a final project. Again, this is something you don't start from scratch. There's a template, and what you're going to work on all term helps you be successful for that project. Okay. So I'm going to pause here real quick and just check the chat, make sure I'm not missing any major questions. And I love all that you got this and I got this that was out there, which is super cool. So the top 10 tips. Number 1, prioritize your time. Y'all, have you thought about when you're going to do your studying, when you're going to read, when you're going to work on your assignments? You have to find a time that works best for you. So if you're somebody that puts your time on a whiteboard in your kitchen, or if you put it in your phone, or you put it in a calendar, whatever it is, you have to do what works for you and do it when it works for you. So if you're somebody that likes to get up early in the morning and do it, awesome. If you want to do it after everybody in your household is in bed, great. If you're somebody, I call them the nooners, that like to work during your breaks or lunch hour times, whatever works for you. Some of you guys might be working in the home or outside the home, and you have to find these little nuggets or pockets of time where you can do your SNHU work. I'm telling you, schedule it. If you schedule it earlier in the week, it gives you flexibility as you move through the week so you don't feel so overwhelmed as those assignments come due. Okay? Tip number 2, you guys are already getting an A+ in this one. Make connections. Get to know your classmates. Talk to each other here in the chat. Get to know each other once you get into the SNHU 107 learning community. In your classroom space, utilize those discussion boards to get to know your classmates because you're going to be working with them over the next few years. And so you might find some great study buddies. You might find some great connections just to kind of keep like an accountability partner to keep you successful and on track all the way through graduation day. Get to know your faculty. Do not be afraid or nervous to reach out to us. Okay. As you can see, hopefully you can see Dr. Jay and I are super personable. We're very approachable. Know that your faculty want you to be successful. So if you have questions about assignments or a grade or you're not sure on something, don't wait. Reach out and ask those questions because we want you to be successful. So don't hesitate, okay? Also get to know the other SNHU departments. We have such amazing teams here at SNHU, and I'm telling you that often when students finally reach out and utilize the resources, they always come back to me and say, I wish I would have done that sooner. I stressed and gave myself anxiety for no reason. If I just would have utilized that service, it would have been so much easier. So just know, don't wait, reach out and connect. Now, for SNHU 107, you have an electronic textbook, okay? I wanted to point out a couple of things. You can order it right online from your classroom. When you log into your Brightspace classroom at the top, you see that little help button. There's a little arrow. Click on online student services, and the bookstore is one of the very first departments that pulls up. Click on the bookstore, put in your course code that you're taking as an online student, add it to cart and check out just like you would on Amazon. Okay. Once you do that, there is an email that you will get to your SNHU email that you need to check to make sure you get everything connected correctly. If you get stuck, if this seems overwhelming, don't stress. Reach out to your advisor. They are absolutely fabulous at connecting with you and going through this step by step to make sure that you are all set up for your success. Also, in case you can't find this or you don't remember where it is or you didn't get an email about ordering your books, when you go into your Brightspace classroom, click on Start Here, and it'll literally go over everything needed for your books and your purchases. Okay. Tip number 4 is a backup plan. I'm going to pause really quick and just double check any questions, make sure I got everything. Okay, perfect. So a couple of things that I will get to is I saw there was questions on the templates. Those templates will be located for your assignments under each module. Now keep in mind, y'all, Module 1 is your assignments for your very first week. Module 2 is your assignments for your second week, and so on all the way through week 8, okay? Now, those templates will be located in the module content, and you'll be able to find them. Also, I got some questions about other classes that you might be taking. Will they utilize a team space? Some of them may, some of them may not. But SNHU 107 and IDS 105 is another course we have here at the university. We are the only two that have a learning community just like this. So you'll see most of the information come from those two classes. So back to tip number 4, backup plan. Have you guys thought about what you will do if your internet goes out? Or maybe if you have children that you're having somebody help you take care of them, what if they get sick or you get sick or that plan falls through? What if your computer breaks? Y'all, I had 2 brand new computers, 2 break, like black screen of death break. Best Buy couldn't fix them, had to get like replace them in one 8-week term. So things happen. I've had students, snowstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, broken fingers, somebody got sick, somebody ended up in the hospital, baby came early, baby came late, work schedules change. The biggest thing is you want to make sure you have that solid backup plan in place. So always write down every term your instructor's phone number and email address, and the same with your advisor, just so you can keep us posted on what's going on. If something comes up, we can always make a plan for your success when we're in the know. Also, internet tips. If internet goes out, your phone gets broken. I had a student once that their toddler got a hold of their cell phone and smashed it to smithereens. Remember the places that have computers, like local libraries are a wonderful hidden gem. Most restaurants, coffee shops have free Wi-Fi. So don't let those things be a barrier for you. Kind of think about what you would do, have that plan just in case you need it. Tip number 5 kind of goes with that making your SNHU time. It's creating a to-do list. Know what is on your schedule, y'all, outside the classroom and inside the classroom, especially if you're balancing work, school, and personal life, or a little mix of all the things. You want to know what you're responsible for so you can kind of plan for your success, especially if you're managing a bunch of different people in your household. Okay, just lay it out, family meeting time, sit down and work through the different pieces. Tip number 6, communication is key. You've already heard me say it. Reach out to us. You've heard Dr. Jay say it. Don't be afraid to connect with us. Like, we want you to be successful here. We want to hear from you. If you have questions, if you're not sure on something, if you're stuck on something, there's so many ways to reach us. The good old fashioned phone. Does anybody remember this kind of phone anymore? You can always email us. A lot of faculty even will do like FaceTime appointments, or they might meet in Microsoft Teams or Google Hangout. So everybody's a little bit different, but when you log into your classroom by now, you should see a My Instructor announcement that'll have your instructor's information, phone number, email, a little bit about them, and they'll tell you how they communicate. So always just remember, if you're stuck, you need something, communication is key. So these webinars, like I mentioned, you will have every single week. So we're live today for the preterm, and then we're not live again until week 6. So you'll get email reminders. Did you guys get an email reminder for this webinar? You should have. You'll get email reminders that go to your SNHU email. Plus, in the learning community, I'll post helpful reminders and links. Plus, in your classroom, your instructors usually post those reminders too. But I wanted to point out that for those on-demand webinars, those ones that are preloaded for every Monday of the new week, this is the link for how you access them. And there's also these focus videos. The focus videos are already loaded for the entire term, and they walk you through just real quick, like under 5 minutes, basic things of how to find like the discussion board, how to find the resources, things about managing your time. And as the term progresses, they focus in on very specific content pieces or assignment pieces, okay? The webinars are a little bit longer, usually about 30 minutes or less. And they just kind of click you through everything that you might need to know. I'm going to pause real quick just to make sure I don't have any major questions out there. But I love you guys have all kinds of awesome things that you're saying, which is so cool. And it's so good to know, too, who your instructors are. And I saw somebody ask, like, where do I find that again? Log into your Brightspace Classroom and click on the announcements. There's a My Instructor, and it'll pop right up so you can see it. Tip number 8, know your success team. So I want you to think right now, who is somebody that is going to support your success as you navigate this college journey? Tell me in the chat. Tell me who it is. I want to know. I always love this because it is so important to genuinely have people around you that support you, your success, your goals. You know, they're going to be the ones that are going to keep you going. They might be your motivation for being here. They're also the ones that are going to tell you those hard truths when we need to hear them sometimes. They might be the ones that look over some of your writing assignments. So just keep those people in mind and know that it's okay to lean on them in addition to reaching out to your SNHU resources and instructor here. Tip number 9 is to use your feedback. So every week, your faculty are going to be grading your assignments. So we start classes when? Next Monday, January 8th, right? So that very first week, just remember your initial discussion post is one of your assignments. It is due by Thursday, 11:59 p.m. East Coast time, okay? And then you're going to have any of your other assignments, whether it's warm-ups or journal assignments and your peer responses for your discussion responses. You have to have 2. Those are all due by Sundays. If you want to work ahead earlier in the week, once classes start, you certainly can. You can kind of work at when it's convenient for you. So if you want to do your initial discussion post on Monday, have at it. You want to take that warm-up on Tuesday? Have at it. Just remember, you want to make sure that initial discussion post is posted and submitted by Thursday, 11:59 p.m. East Coast time, and then everything else is due by Sunday or earlier, okay? I saw some questions about how that works and how it's due. And remember, each module is 1 week, so you're not doing all 8 weeks in 1 week. Module 1 is week 1. Starts on Monday, goes from Monday through Sunday. Then the next module will start the next week, week 2, that next Monday. But what I wanted to point out is as your faculty are grading, some assignments will auto-grade, like those quizzes, those warm-ups, auto-grade. You'll see your grade right away. Other assignments like discussion boards, journals, your project, your faculty will be manually grading those one by one. Some faculty grade as things commit. Some faculty grade through the week. Some faculty, you might not see your grades until that week later because the faculty have 7 days. So from when you turn it in, everything's Sunday at 11:59 p.m., we have a whole 7 days to grade. So you might not see stuff for a week. And I didn't want you to panic or stress or think that something wasn't done right. If you ever have a question about like, did you see this? Did I get this turned in? Did I do this right? Email your instructor because we would rather let you know like, yep, I see it. I got it. That way you don't have to stress about it. But the biggest thing is take that feedback. When your faculty grade your work, take the time to open it up, look at it, and review it because they're going to tell you what you did well. They're going to tell you what you might need to work on and any resources to connect with for your success. Okay. Tip number 10, one of our favorites, like Dr. Jay said, you're going to use your resources a lot. Use your resources. Bottom line, you have a lot of support here within the university. At SNHU, you have your instructors, your advisors are a wealth of information to connect with. We have the career team. Underneath academic support, there is the awesome written feedback services. That is where you can submit your writing assignments that are SNHU related, discussions, projects, journals, and they will give you feedback within 24 hours, which is really pretty cool. Students love that one. They also have a ton of workshops and they have a ton of tutors for different subjects. Plus you have SNHU Connect and the learning community. You guys are already taking advantage of this. And then you have the library and the help desk, which I'll show you how to find those real quick here in a second. Outside of the classroom, remember, you have your significant other. You might have parents, you might have kids, friends, coworkers, extended family, even those pets. That are all supporting you, your success, your goals, and this journey. But none of it matters if you aren't pushing yourself and utilizing your connections and your resources for your success. You don't have to do this alone. So just know that we're just a click away and we are already so proud of you and so excited for you. Before I take a minute and show you guys the classroom space, I just wanted to give you a reminder that you can find different SNHU student clubs, organizations, plus the SNHU 107 learning community in SNHU Connect. You will have to have a Pulse login. Those are not created until about 7 to 10 days after you register for your classes, okay? So if you go to login and you aren't able to get in, don't stress, don't panic. The login will be coming within 7 to 10 days, okay? So I am going to clear my screen really quick and switch you guys over to here. Can everybody see this classroom space? Okay, I'm going to check the chat really quick. You guys have awesome support teams, man. I love it. And you know what? For a lot of you, you're the one that's your support team, and that is 100% okay. That's amazing. Just know that you have the resources here to lean on too. Okay. So, and I said, you guys, I think I saw that you guys could all see this. Okay, perfect. Great. Okay, so this is Brightspace. So this is where everything is graded. Okay, this is where your assignments are. This is where you can find your instructors. This is where you can find all the information you need to be successful in your classes. A couple of things I wanted to point out. First and foremost, underneath course menu, when you click on it, you want to click on learning modules. When you do that, it is going to have this start here. When you click on start here, you are going to be able to see your syllabus, which is kind of your rules, policies, assignments for the classroom. I encourage you to review it. Plus, as you scroll down, see, always click the blue, gets you to where you want to go. You will see a reminder of how to access the bookstore, what your book is, how to get it ordered, how to connect it to your Vital Source bookshelf. Okay, so just remember, under Start Here, there's that key information in case you can't get it, in case you get stuck, but also know that your advisor is always a phone call or an email away. Now, where do you find those modules? Right here. Module 1 is week 1, module 2 is week 2, and all the way through week 8, right? So I just wanted to show you when you click on module 1, it'll open up the module. You want to click on the blue, the module 1 introduction, and always make sure that you review everything. There's a lot of scrolling, so scroll to the bottom, review the information, click over. Okay, I always like to tell students, like, you want to make sure you go through all the pages, scroll all the way down, make sure you click through the entire module. You will notice that every module has this required resources section. There's helpful videos. It'll tell you what textbook chapters to read. There's a lot of just different links in here for your success, plus any additional support that you might need. Watch these at your convenience as you want to for your module success, okay? And just remember, click the blue, gets you to where you want to go. So I wanted to show you that. I also wanted to show you that underneath course menu, there's always a quick way to get to the discussion board. You click on discussions. And when you do that, you will see a general questions area. This is literally what it says, general questions. So if you just have something that's specific about the class or how to find something, you can always post in there and an instructor gets back to you within 24 hours. If it's anything specific, like about a grade or something that's specifically related to you, always email because this is a public space and everybody can see it, okay? Your module discussions, you will notice, are underneath here for all of the ones that you have that are assigned to you, and how you want to just review the information. And you'll notice for week 1, you're going to be introducing yourself, talking about ownership, and talking about what motivates you. So those are the questions. How do you start them? We're going to go through all this in week 1, but I just want to show you just real quick. Click on the blue, gets you to where you want to go. And you want to click on this. There'll be a start new thread. Okay, so when you do that, I forgot I look a little bit different because I'm in instructor mode. You'll click on start a new thread and you'll be able to type your answers. Now, I mentioned some resources that are super important for your success. Underneath this help button, click the arrow. You have direct access to the IT service desk, which is anything technology related you might be struggling with. There's some super helpful student tutorial videos, but online student services is a quick page of all of the university resources that are literally a click away. So you'll see technology support, you'll see the bookstore that I talked about, ordering your book. Here's a link to academic advising. Again, click the blue, gets you to where you want to go. Academic support, the library, there's a My SNHU orientation. Plus you have a Brightspace area that kind of just talks about how to navigate Brightspace, which is your classroom space. This is what I wanted to point out. Office 365 and other software. Click the blue, follow the prompts. It'll help you get that Office 365 downloaded, which has Microsoft Word, Microsoft Word, Excel, Outlook, and PowerPoint, all for free as an SNHU student. Okay, here's that online accessibility center that I wanted to make sure I pointed out. Plus, we have a quick link access to SNHU Connect and the career services team and SNHU Wellness. So there's a whole lot of resources. That was a lot, but we're all here. A click away. So that's underneath that help button, online student services. Quick link for the library. There's really quick things about citing sources. I know a lot of students are like, I'm worried about this. How do I do this? The library homepage is here. They're wonderful. And then we have the academic support menu. I wanted to take a minute and show you this because students always tell me they wish they would have utilized it sooner. Once you click on that academic support, I wanted to show you there's options for drop-in tutoring 24/7. There's workshops. There's even some specific one-on-one peer tutoring and academic coaching, but written feedback is the heavy hitter that almost every SNHU student absolutely loves. All you have to do is click on try it now and fill out the information about the assignment and submit your drafted work. Any writing assignment that's for SNHU, they will look over. This is discussion assignments, it is projects, it is journals, it is papers. It's anything that is an SNHU writing assignment, they will look over and give you feedback within 24 hours. Usually it's in with 12. So I wanted to point that out to you. So if somebody's worried about their writing skills, anybody worried about that at all, especially if you've been out of school for a long time or you've never written academically, just take a deep breath because you have support for your success. I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. And then the other thing I wanted to make sure I pointed out is underneath course menu, when you click on that learning modules, again, you can actually access the learning community right from your classroom. Just click on learning community. I have to click on it a few times. There's a quick video that shows you about navigation and login instructions. Remember, you might not have login for 7 to 10 days after you register, but once you click on it, I wanted to show you guys the space for SNHU 107. So you'll notice there's already students in here that are introducing themselves. It's a great community. You can search clubs and organizations up here in the corner. Just get involved, be active, have fun. Like that is honestly, I feel like sometimes one of the best parts of everything here at SNHU. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick so I can get to the chat box and see if I had any other questions. All right, was that helpful? Was that helpful for everybody to kind of see like where to click, what to find, things to think about? I just want to tell you guys that we are just really excited to have you here at SNHU. Welcome to 2024. Welcome to this new chapter. We are just really excited for you. So please know you have so many resources at your fingertips. This was recorded, so if you need to go back and watch it again, it'll be up within 24 hours. And I'm going to put that link to find those webinar recordings in the chat right now. Please know that those focus videos are up and loaded already. Classes start on January 8th. That is when you want to dive in to your course content. And again, if you have questions, reach out and just let us know if you need anything. But we are just excited that you guys are here. So I'm going to scroll through the chat real quick, see if I got all the questions, make sure I got everything. So if you feel good, you are more than welcome to go ahead and log off. And just remember, this is recorded and you'll have week 1 all set and ready for you bright and early Monday morning on January 8th. So I see a lot of questions about being nervous. Like you're not alone and it's okay. Going to school is a big deal and you're going to be great. Just take a deep breath, take it day by day, map out that SNHU time, y'all. And just, if you have questions or you get stuck, like just let us know, okay? Let's see. Discussions have to be written in APA format. That is one of the things with anything that you utilize that might be somebody else's work. Y'all always please make sure you cite it. This could be if you're sharing an image in the discussion board, maybe you're sharing a quote, a statistic, just make sure that you cite it, okay? Here in SNHU 107, you're learning all about that stuff. So your instructors know that you haven't written in certain formats or done citations a certain way, but it is really important if you utilize anybody else's work. Again, photos, quotes, stats, direct quotes, always make sure you give credit where credit is due, okay? If you're stuck on that, not sure how to do it, the library has a ton of resources that are just a click away, okay? So I wanna make sure that you guys know that. Let's see what else I got in here. As a reminder, classes start January 8th. Sorry, my little phone dropped. That week of January 8th, your initial discussion post is going to be due Thursdays. Everything else is due on Sunday, but remember, you can always work ahead as convenient for you, okay? Remember that. I like to tell students too, if you have it in your wheelhouse to work earlier in the week versus later in the week, it can just really help you have a little bit of extra flexibility as you work on your assignments. The written feedback tool is underneath academic support. I wanted to make sure I got that for you guys. And then with written feedback, you are uploading the assignment to the academic support team before your instructor sees it. That way you can fix any errors or make sure that your content was what it should be before submitting it for that grade. Okay, let's see. I think that is all the other things. Dr. Jay, thank you so much for being here in the chat. And Dr. Jay mentioned in the chat too, that we have amazing peer mentors here at SNHU. If this is something that you are interested in, he did post the link in the chat. They are wonderful at just helping you guide like college life and all the things that come with like being a student. They've been a student just like you before, so they're absolutely incredible and know the resources to use, know how to work through everything. We also encourage you to complete the FYE 101 orientation that's in Brightspace. It just really helps you navigate everything, see where stuff is, and just feel more comfortable. So you have time because you don't start classes until Monday. So I think I got all the questions in the chat. Dr. Jay, anything you wanted to add before we let everybody go today?
No, not really. Just continued affirmation and knowing that, as Melanie said, you've got this. So just make sure that you reach out, know that individuals are here on the other side to help you. And remember, asking for help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Have the best rest of your week. Have an incredible weekend. We're so excited for you to start classes on Monday, January 8th. You got this, and welcome to SNHU. Goodbye, everybody.